I haven't even gotten out of bed yet. I'm so tired. It was such a busy weekend. And I was literally laying here watching YouTube videos when I realized what time it was. I figured I should probably at least attempt to go live for you guys. I am still on vacation until tomorrow. So we're gonna go get some coffee. I'll turn the camera on when I have had a moment to fully wake up. But it's that time of the day. Consistency is what builds a channel, even when I'm not feeling it. How's everyone doing this morning? Hope y'all are doing well and have had a blessed weekend. Hope Monday back to work is not kicking your butts too hard. I also left my camera stand down in the garage. I am not ready for this day. But there's some really cool things that happened over the weekend I'm excited to talk about. Give me just a moment. Good morning. I'm still kind of waking up, so give me a moment before I turn the camera on, but we will get to that point. Hello, hello. I am in full recovery mode today, guys. I'm so tired. It was a busy weekend. So, but it was a weekend that led to me determining a few things. We're going to learn how to make sourdough bread, which is a lot easier than I thought. Excuse me, I got my coffee poured. I just gotta get out to it. Hey, X-Man, the goat. Hello, Mickey. Hey, is this the same Mickey? Did you just change your profile picture? I said hi, X-Men the goat. I did say hi to you. Okay, cute picture. That's adorable. Alright, give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna get settled in my chair, get my phone on its charger, and then I'll turn the camera on. Just so you know, I am a bit of a wreck. Hey, Professor, always a pleasure seeing you. I need to find my charging cord. Where did the backpack go? There it is. Uh-oh. Okay, what the heck? Also, what the heck? My guy. What did they do here? What in the heck? Okay, this is what happens when I let hubby unpack. What did he do with it? Guys, my phone charger is missing. Seriously, husband, what did you do with it? Well, he didn't plug it in for me. Well, guys, if I have to end the stream early, it's because I can't find my darn charger. He emptied the backpack. I can't find any of my stuff that was in there. What in the heckity heck? Oh, there's that at least. I'm losing my dang mind here. This is going to be a really short stream if I don't find that charger. This is actually making me mad. Like, really mad. Because I know I packed it. Why are my flowers shoved in like that? This is not how I wanted to start my day. This does not feel good. Trying to think of the steps I went through when I was packing yesterday. Alright, let's see here. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I put it in here instead. It was a little chaotic getting out of the hotel yesterday. So there's a lot where it was like, just get it in a bag. But I'm convinced that I put it in the backpack because it's not in my purse. Hi, guys. Like I said, this is going to be a really short stream because I'm at 7% and there's no phone charger in sight. and I don't know what he did with my crap. And he's at work, so I can't just ask him. I'm gonna text him. Hello, Anime Skull. Give me just a second. Nope, I can't. I said hi. I'm sorry. I'm in a really bad mood already because my phone is going to die and my husband lost my charger because I put it in a specific bag and I knew where I put it, and now I can't find it because he was rifling through stuff today and didn't bother to say anything. Like, what the heck? I'm trying to think if any other bags came up that I didn't know about. I think it was in here. Hang on, maybe it just got buried. That's a different charger. And my backup charger is in the car, like it's hooked up to the car. So I don't even have that. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't have my charger. And my phone is at like 6%. Oh, I've got some strong words for him. Sorry about this, guys. What are you? No, you're not the right charger. I mean, a charger, but you're not long enough. I'm looking to see if maybe it spilled out at some point. Did I put it in my makeup case? I don't think so. I was checking some things at the last minute there, though. Oh, I've got some strong words for that man. Where did he put it? I'm like dumping out every bag that we took downstate. Looking for, there it is. There it is. I'm still gonna have strong words for him. I'm still a little peeved. Because last I knew it was in the backpack. At least we're not gonna die. It's a bit of a chaotic stream, guys. I am overtired. I'm still recovering from the weekend. It was a very, very busy weekend. It was a lot of fun. Any of you that follow me on Instagram probably saw the post. We got to see the Harp Twins and the Wolfgang Brothers in concert, and it was very nice reconnecting with them. They helped him last year with his proposal. We went and saw their concert. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We went and saw their concert, and then after the concert, at the meet and greet, he proposed. I'm not going to be able to find a good angle today, guys, between my stand being in the car. Oh, you stay plugged in. I'm not in a good place to stream, but I skipped Monday and Tuesday last week, and so I felt like I couldn't skip another Monday. Consistency is key, even when you're not feeling it. Why can't I apply the same energy to my workouts? I get really good. I get really good consistency going for 2 or 3 weeks. I have one bad day and I can't come back. There were some really cute shops we stopped at. I got a lot of business cards. I'll have a little short coming out here soon. I want to do a makeup review, but I wanted to make sure the product was something I enjoyed first. Like, it looks really pretty under the bright lights of a con floor. But it could look completely different, in your day-to-day. This product looked the same even at the end of a long day. and I'm looking forward to buying more products from her. But this particular product is a show exclusive. She can only sell it in person because the formula is so fragile. So I bought the show exclusive just kind of test her formulas and see how it was. I wasn't dropping more than $30 on makeup yesterday. Excuse me. I didn't expect to find makeup at a convention, which is a weird thing to say because of cosplayers. You'd think that would be the place that most small business makeup creators would be. Would be the place to sell your product, would be to cosplayers at a convention. But that's the first time I've seen like an actual legit makeup booth. And then I also posted on Instagram, and I'll have to show it off another time here. I got an ear cuff, an earring that has pixie dust in it, and she filled it with purple pixie dust so that I had purple gems and purple dust that matched our purple wedding attire. And then we got a blessing from the fairies. I should have gotten a picture of Mr. Barry's beard because he was shedding glitter everywhere. And still today, like today is day 2 and he's still sparkling. And he's showered numerous times since he got the blessing of the fairies. And then, of course, this woman, being a mischievous fae, sprinkled it right across here. So it looked like, and I don't know if she did it intentionally, but it was really funny because it looked like he had just gotten glitter in his beard and then motorboated me. It was so funny. I like that. Yeah, that's the story we want to tell people out in public. But we were on our honeymoon, so we had fun with it. And I felt so bad because I wanted to get you guys pictures and video of the costume contest because there were some amazing handmade costumes this year. Unfortunately, we did not get there early enough to get good seating. The costume contest was at 3. We should have been looking for our seats by 2 with the way the lineup was, trying to get into the convention hall that was hosting the costume contest. Oh, bring me back to life. And then, let's see, what else did we see? There were a few booths. I grabbed a business card. I met a lovely lady named Megan. She takes fake flowers and she turns them into little fairy dress molds, is one of the many things she does with them. So I got her business card because I had my bouquet from the wedding with me. And I was telling her, I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, I said, this is so big and bulky and I don't know how to display it in a tasteful way. Is this something you could use? She said, absolutely. Here's my card. Email me. Let's talk about it. Hello, Billy. So I'm looking forward to chatting with her and seeing how we can maximize usage of that bouquet and maybe pay homage to my wedding dress while still encompassing all of the flowers that came in the bouquet. So I'm very excited to see what she can do with that. I'm going to email her today. And just get that email sitting in her inbox, this close to the con, so that's fresh on her mind, and see what we can come up with because I'll have to pay shipping to get the bouquet to her. So that's something that I'll have to plan for, but it'll be worth it to have a keepsake that I can pass on to my girls. Something unique done with my wedding bouquet. So I hadn't even considered options like that. Like someone kept saying, my friend kept telling me, shadow box it with other keepsakes from your wedding. And I'm like, it's been done and done and done and done and done. Doesn't make sense to throw it in a vase in the middle of the counter. That just looks tacky, So what do you do with it? Well, I'm going to have it turned into a fairy dress. So I'm really excited. And I feel like that really pays homage to the vibe of our wedding. I really feel like that encompasses what we were trying to portray with our wedding. And I feel like anything less than that is doing a disservice to that memory. Oh. So then we what else did we do? I'm trying to think of other booths that really stood out and we had a good interaction at. Oh, I tried on a corset that was absolutely gorgeous. And I got that business card because I'm sorry, as much as I loved it, we did not have 140 to drop that day because we still had other places we wanted to visit that we were going to need money for. I could see it. Mr. Barry was struggling too. He almost whipped his wallet out because the guy helped me lace into it and get it tried on and taught us how to properly don a corset. And it looked beautiful. Oh, excuse me. We're talking about next year. We're already talking about our costumes for next year in a way that would incorporate a wagon so that we can have the kids with us. And I am leaning heavily towards a Little House on the Prairie cosplay because one, easy to make, two, easy to layer for Halloween so we could wear it for Halloween costumes too. And three, it's something unique that I don't think a lot of people would think of. But it's something that I can make easy from scratch and we could enter the cosplay contest as a family. So that's a thought. And I told him if he can come up with something better by March that incorporates a wagon into it, I'm open to ideas. I guess another thing we could do is a Toy Story thing, and then we could turn the wagon into a rocket ship. But we want to bring the kids with us next year because we want to stay for a week down there. And if we do that, we're going to have the kids with us. So we don't do spamming around here. And there's a reason that I don't read the chat out loud. Because when I start getting in the habit of just reading the chat out loud rather than just responding to it, I say things that I don't want to say. And I don't want to be that gullible person. I got caught once with that. Not going to happen again. Good morning, Jerry. So we had a really good conversation too. There was some college kids that we were standing in line with the concert. It was really nice to chat with them about like just being able to be an adult and some tips on how to be an adult and then wish them a blessed day. Like I feel like there were a few situations where it was like, I kept my heart open as much as I was like trying to guard and enjoy and balance a lot of emotions. Like I got really overstimulated. It was a really rough. That's why I'm so tired because I'm home and I'm in a safe environment. And I was trying to balance enjoying the con, being a light at the con, taking every opportunity to share if the conversation led there, avoiding the things that would, there were so many amazing artists. I avoided their booths because they had like tarot decks on their booths. I'm really grateful that one of my favorite creators shifted more away from the witchcraft stuff and more into the D&D minis and dice. And they had they were selling home mixed teas and lamba spread and Minecraft cookies and fun things like that. But they did not have any witchcraft items in their booth this year. So that made me really happy to see that as I've evolved, creators have also evolved, and it's not like hand in hand, but it's in tandem. Like we're moving alongside each other. So and it just made me realize I didn't realize last few years just how much witchcraft there was in these things because I was practicing it before. And so when you're practicing it, you're drawn to those things and you're excited to see it. And now it's like at least now I have my guard up against it, and it made me disappointed how many artists I had to pass over because I didn't want to support that kind of thing. And it's sad, So I'm looking forward to next year. I'm looking forward to spending a week down in the Grand Rapids area, because what we're going to do is we're going to get a room for the week. We're going to take the kids because they'll be homeschooled next year. And so we'll take a week in Grand Rapids. And in doing that, we will be able to explore some of the museums. I want to take them to the zoo. I want to take them to the gardens. I want to take them to, there's the Gerald Ford Museum down there. I know there's got to be some art museums down there. Like I know there's a trampoline park right around the corner from where we were staying. So, hello, Ronaldo. So there's a few things that like I really want the kids to be able to experience, and we're gonna do a week in Grand Rapids next year, and get down there early enough, hopefully on day one, to be able to enjoy the downtown market before we check into our hotel, so we can get some supplies for the week. That is one of my favorite places to go because there's some treats that we get every time, and it's a once a year treat, and that's just it. Right. D&D is different though. Like, and I agree with that. D&D is fantasy. D&D is you're writing a story. D&D doesn't consume my life. Right? So it's not an idol. When you're talking about witchcraft, you're talking about taking what's supposed to be God's power and trying to make it your own. You know, trying to control fate, trying to control the universe, trying to control and manipulate the energies around you. And I know this because I practiced it. Witchcraft and D&D are very different. I have no problem with D&D. I'm a very avid D&D player. Witchcraft is a sin. It is taking God out of his seat of power, which is not in our power to do, and trying to replace him with either yourself or other gods. And I don't believe in that. You know, I believe, and I also must clarify that I believe intent makes or breaks a practice. Am I still going to burn incense when I can, even though I'm a Christian? Absolutely. It smells nice and it makes my home smell nice and feel welcoming. Am I burning it to get the attention of a certain God or to bring about a certain outcome or to attract certain energy? No, heck no. We're not doing that anymore. We tried that. And if it was working, it was weak. But I'd be more inclined to say it definitely was not working. So, and I felt bad because there was a booth with a couple that when we said we were on our honeymoon, they offered us free incense as a celebratory gift. And I really wanted to take it, but I also am trying to get in the mindset of we're not going to have clutter in our home. We're not going to have things in our home that we can't use. And incense is something that we can't use right now. It's against our lease because it's a burn. It's a fire hazard, technically. And the smoke, you know, it's a smoke-free property. Like, I don't know where that all plays. But there's a few factors that make incense that hit on different areas of our lease that would go against the terms of the lease. So I'm not going to mess with that. And I felt so bad because I wanted to be, you know, graciously accepting of their gift, and I just couldn't. So, but they were so sweet, and we got a business card, and I definitely am hoping to buy some of their incense when we get out of this place. And I'm looking forward to having a home where I can burn my candles and my incense and not have to worry about someone telling me, you know, what I can and can't do in my own home. But, oh, I missed home coffee. This was the first hotel we stayed at that didn't have a coffee maker in the room. Like, I've never stayed at a hotel where there wasn't a coffee maker in the room. You could buy a coffee maker from the front desk, but I wasn't going to do that for a 2-night stay. but we'll know for next year, and I will pack the coffee maker for next year because I didn't mind. So the hotel we stayed at was really clean. It was very well maintained. It felt safe, you know. But good morning, Kate. Comic Con was great. I've been talking about it for a little bit now. I was very excited with what happened. So I am not playing any copyrighted music in the background today, so I'll be able to leave the stream up if y'all want to go back and check out what I have to say about our experience at Comic Con. I will say I was a little disappointed. There was not much that had changed for the Harp Twins concert. So next year we're going to get 3-day passes. No, so the thing about those meet and greets is they are so expensive, and it doesn't make sense to wait in the long line just to say hi and be able to tell people. Like, if you're going to wait in a 2-hour line to meet these voice actors, you're going to want to get something signed. The voice of Belle, I can't remember her name, O'Hara, her signature was $70, which absolutely, I'm not arguing that. I think it's a great value. I don't have that. I wanted to spend my money on things that were more valuable to me. Paige O'Hara. Thank you, K-Dog. But a friend of mine, absolutely. That was the whole reason she bought her ticket, was to go and get that signature and then go to the panel where Paige O'Hara was speaking about the role and speaking about her voice acting career and and so that was the whole reason she went. And so for her, that $70 was a bargain. Right, exactly. Right. So like I got my fairy ear cuff because that made sense. It was a booth that my husband had seen when he went to the Renaissance Fair for his bachelor party. He'd been talking them up. He was really excited. And couldn't wait to introduce me to the creator and make a purchase from her booth. That was something he'd been looking forward to for like 4 months. What else did we get that was like, he got his mystery bags from the booth called Freya's Ghost. And that was something that we do every year. We're loyal customers of hers when we see her in person. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. Hopefully the opportunity someday comes back to you, Professor. Hey, it ain't over till you're 6 feet under. I've had a lot of things happen in my life where I'm like, oh, that is never going to happen. The Harp Twins are a great example. I was introduced to the Harp Twins in 2018 by an ex-boyfriend of mine, and he was obsessed. He's like, these girls are gorgeous. Look at these amazing things that they do with harps. Like, it's beautiful. So to finally get to go and he was he was a character. So like that's a whole story. I won't like go into deep detail today, but he basically stalked me a year after we broke up and then just disappeared for like 3 or 4 years and then started stalking me again for a couple months. And then, I haven't heard from him since. So last year when we went to their concert, the meet and greet after, I was telling these girls about, I'm like, thank you so much for helping me close a chapter. Like getting to meet you feels like a little bit of petty revenge. Like I know that's awful and I shouldn't think like that. And I don't anymore. I know the poor guy struggles with a lot of mental health issues and a lot of physical issues. And I pray for him that if nothing else, he finds peace someday. But in that moment, I was feeling petty and I was feeling vengeful. And it felt really good to be there with the man that I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. So I'm telling them this story and I turn around and he's down on one knee with a ring box. And it was like, oh, the timing. Hey, okay, Maine. The timing of that, where he was like, I'm going to take right now while you're telling this story about this freaky ex of yours to propose. Like, okay. So getting to see them again this year and being able to say, we are now married. Things are going great. We've got our happily ever after. We wanted to come share that with you. We had used some of their music for our processional music for the wedding. Excuse me. I should have taken a minute to show them that clip. I really should have, but I didn't. Oh well. But the thing is that coming full circle like that and getting to see some of the creators we saw last year was amazing. And getting to make new contacts. Like this gal that I bought the makeup from. I'm so excited to show you guys this makeup I got from her, and I can't wait to order more. And I'm debating, I want this, I'll be honest, this is going to be my daily wear for a while. Like it's perfect level of sparkly, but like subtle sparkle. And so it doesn't distract my eyes, but it definitely draws attention to my eyes. And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to ordering some of her other products because she has, like, her products seem to be multi-use. So, like, eyeshadow and lip gloss and highlighter and, and I love a multi-purpose makeup. Like, I'm a lazy makeup girly. Y'all have seen my makeup routine. It's about as simple as I can get it. And if I can simplify that further with these products, I'm going to be so stoked. But it's amazing because her story was she started making these products from scratch because she found she was allergic to most drugstore brands. And who can afford $90 for a lip gloss that's going to work with your body? And get this, she has an amazing one of those pH lip glosses, which I didn't buy into. I wasn't going to pay for them like for the longest time, but she let me. She had disposable testers, so she let me try some of this pH balanced lip gloss. First of all, guys, it smells like strawberries. That's a no-brainer. So even if it was just a clear gloss and the pH part of it didn't work, I already was sold. And then as I'm applying it, it starts slowly and subtly changing to this blushy berry pink that looked phenomenal. And it lasted all day. Like it didn't fade until the next morning when I was showering. So I already am in love because it's a long-lasting stain, smells like strawberries, and it's a homemade product that's supporting a small business owner's dreams. Like she was so passionate talking about her story, and I would love to maybe next year I can talk to her, see if in the evening she has some time for a proper interview because I feel like I asked her a lot of the questions, but I'd like to dive deeper into her story and give her time to actually talk about it if she's up for it. I don't know. Maybe I'll email her and see if that's something she'd be willing to do. But that would be something I'd need a computer for. I would have to actually set up. But I'm really excited to review her products here on the channel, just as a little short here and there. So there's that. She's based out of Tennessee, so they drove from Tennessee up to Michigan for the show. So that was amazing. Hey, thanks, Ray. I do makeup for me because I like the way it looks. It's like an artist painting a canvas. A canvas looks fine when it's white. You could hang that on the wall if you wanted to, but it looks prettier when you put a landscape on it or a portrait. My house, we say we are doing our makeup to be fancy, not to be pretty. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm going to try and turn my brightness up, guys. Hang on, because I want to be able to see the chat better. There we go. Oh. God bless Hamilton. So it was a very good weekend. And then we found a new little hole in the wall place that we want to try next time we go down there. We didn't have time or money this time, so it was kind of like a dive in, just see what it's all about, and we'll go back. It's called House Rules, and it's a board game bar. And so you go in, you pay for a time slot, and they have a wall of board games that you have access to, or card games or whatever. They have a wall of games that you have access to that you can just claim a table, order your dinner, and play a board game for the evening. And there's a group of friends that I really want to get together to go and check this out with when we have time. And I told my husband, I'm like, I would like to have like a 3 hour time slot where we can do that. So that's, there's just these amazing places where I told him next year it's going to be a week. We're going to be down here for a week because I can't, I can't keep missing out on all of these amazing places that we always find at the last possible second. Like I need time to explore our usual places and then a few extra days to explore these new places that we've never had time to go check out. So, and we're going to try and work it out so that his kids can join us. Like it's easier for our kids because we're going to homeschool next year. Which I've already been assembling the curriculum for. He and I were talking about that last night. And our big thing is going to be making the Bible and God the foundation of that curriculum and making sure that every day's lesson is tied into a verse of the day kind of thing, which will also encourage he and I to make sure that we're doing our nightly studies so that we can have a chance to set that foundation and we're on the same page and we know what the lesson is going to be. So I'm really excited to kind of dive into that and figure out what that's going to look like. So we don't talk politics on this channel. We're not doing that. We're here to spread the word of God, share some fun adventures, praise and worship Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on our way to school with the littles. I'm not here to talk politics. My view on politics is none of your business, and vice versa. So, anyways, it was a good weekend. And despite all that, I am happy to be home. I hope our cheese made it into the fridge. Oh, shoot. I bought a really fancy cheese. And it was in the bread bag. Hang on, guys. Hold on. Oh. I'm going to be so mad if it didn't. Hopefully it'll still be good. I'm planning on using it today. So it should be all right. It's a hard cheese, so it's a little bit heartier. Oh dear. Oh, please. No. Oh, it's still cold. That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna get that in the fridge. There's that. Oh my. Okay. There we go. That's better. I'm hoping someday to make my own cheese. That's one of the things I miss about having a goat is homemade cheese. But you're right, some of the local farmers markets. This was from a little, I don't know what they're called, but they do, like, they have everything in their shop for charcuterie boards. These costs are starting to get a little better, guys. Believe it or not. No, so this shop does like charcuterie boards and they have wine and things like that. So, anyways, so across the aisle from them. So if you're ever in the Grand Rapids area, check out their downtown market. It is phenomenal. It's all local businesses and they source ingredients from each other. So like there's a booth called Carver's and right next to them is Fish Lads. They get their bread from Fire and Stone and for all of their sandwiches that they sell. And then like, it's it's really a neat situation. Like they're all little booths that supply each other. Anyways, so we had gotten from Fire and Stone, we had gotten an olive loaf. And so I went over to this cheese place and I said, listen, we just bought this olive loaf and we want to make bougie grilled cheese. Like that has been a dream since the first time we ever got this loaf. What would you recommend? So the gal walked us through like 5 different types of cheeses. We were trying cheeses and settled on, I can't remember what it is. It's an Italian cheese. And it is so good. It is such a mild flavor. And she said it melts in a way that gets that photographic like cheese pull. And so I'm really excited to try that. I didn't want to go with a basic Gruyere Gouda because we can get those up here. Hello, hello. And then I am waiting because we're going to share them with the kids. We got from a French bakery that's down there these amazing, they're like they're cream puffs, but instead of like a whipped cream or whatever filling, they have pudding fillings. And so we got a pumpkin spice one, a pistachio one, Mr. Berry got his coffee one, and then there's a chocolate and a vanilla. And so I'm excited to try those, but we want to wait and we want to try those with the kids because they're very special. And a lot of these are like once a year buys because of that. From Fish Lads, we got smoked salmon and smoked salmon rangoons. So those I'm excited about. And then I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, that was one of the things that I love is being able to enjoy the new and different, because these are seasonal market stalls as well. So you never know what you're going to get while you're down there. And they're all set up for Thanksgiving. So I did well though this time. Like I didn't go nuts. So usually I way overeat when we go, and I didn't. I have so many leftovers because you want to try all these different things from all these different places you go to. And because of that, you need to save room. So it was like you would eat half your plate, you would take the leftovers. Excuse me. So I have a bunch of leftovers from all these different places that we tried throughout the weekend. You're fine, Professor. I'm not driving, so I can kind of monitor chat a little better. And we've only got like 45 minutes at most left of this, so it's no big deal. But yeah, so I've got like chicken marsala leftovers in there from a little hole-in-the-wall Italian place. That is something we love, is local. Like, if it looks like the health department might shut them down until you get inside, that's our kind of place. And Salvatore's in Grand Rapids was definitely that place. There's a cannoli in the fridge that we're going to split tonight too. I'm excited about that. And I have that chicken marsala, like, oh, and the calamari at that joint. I haven't had calamari like that since I was a little girl. I remember my first authentic Italian that I went to, and you start applying. I got very lucky in my position and got my dream job. And you don't have to aspire big. Sorry, I'll come back to the Salvatores that I was talking about. But I do want to address this because I see it a lot and people just assume you need a degree or you need a trade or you need. Just start going out there and doing the work. Like, I know people say, oh, it's not that easy. Depending on where you are, it can be. I applied. I started with 4 hours a week at my local retail joint that I work at. And now I'm in management. So it's just about putting in the work, usually. Don't set your sights higher than what you want. If you don't want to put in the work to become a doctor, then don't. If you don't, like, I kept looking at dollar signs for the longest time and I was so unhappy. I am honestly so blessed to be working in my position where I'm at. And I started at minimum wage with minimum hours. So Good morning, Watchmen. Hello, Kyle. Thank you for joining us, guys. I'm still kind of sick, and being as exhausted as I am from the weekend is not helping that, just so everyone knows. Like I said, just start applying places. Like, if you work a minimum wage job for a while to keep yourself afloat while you figure out what you want to do, nobody has to figure it out. I know someone that didn't figure out what they wanted to do until they were in their mid to late 40s, and now they own their own business. So there's no pressure to have it all figured. Like, the pressure to have it all figured out is not coming from the people that actually care about you. Right, exactly. So, which professor, keep me posted on all of that, because I know you said something about one of your applications looked like it was going somewhere. So I'm excited to hear about that. But I think we put too much pressure on having our lives completely figured out early on. I've had to start from scratch at least 5 different times in my life. And this is the one so far that's stuck, and we're still looking at having to start over again. So it's like, there's no real, like, the only thing I'd say, I was almost going to say there's no right or wrong way to live. What I mean by that is there is no map that is a one size fits all. Trust in God, let Him lead your decisions, and you will always end up on top. And if that means that you never go to college, if that means that you do a trade, then that's what it means. I don't teach. I'm just here to give my own story and my own testimony, and we go from there. You know what I teach? I teach about God's love. I teach about His plan and His path. And even that I'm not technically qualified to teach for. So I just go from my own personal experience. Oh, guys, I'm worried the sick is going to get worse again. But if we put so much pressure on having it right the first time, we're going to lose so many great minds to just overall burn out and collapse, because nobody's going to get it right the first time. It's physically impossible. Yeah, not how that works, sweetie. You got this. You'll have this figured out. Seriously. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Get yourself something right now that pays the bills and start exploring. It's like, just because I know how to sew doesn't mean that I love to do it. So I do it when I absolutely have to, or when I know it's cheaper to do it than to purchase something. But I'm not going to go and make a career out of it just because I'm good at it. It's the same with I wanted to be a paralegal because the salary was phenomenal. The program that my local college offered would feed me right into an internship. Like, they had partners with certain area or certain firms where they could feed you right into an immediate internship that would have you right on the career path. I did 1 semester and I hated it. The money that I would have made and the connections I would have had was not worth the strain it was putting on my mental health. And so I walked away. And I'm making about 1/3 of what I could be making if I had stuck with it. I'm okay with that because I'm happy. And I have time to spend with my kids, and I have time to spend in my home, and I have time to do things I'm passionate about, like running this YouTube channel. So that's what I'm saying. You don't have to have it all figured out right now, especially if you're anywhere before your 30s. Right. If that's what makes you happy, then that's what you've got to do. I'm sorry. I know the sniffling is gross, but it is. Oh my goodness. I'm going to make a sourdough starter today. I think that's about the extent of my ambition for the day. If I can find a jar. Oh, I wonder if I could do it. No, because I don't want the plastic leaching into the starter. I feel like that would affect it. So I got to find myself a jar. Absolutely, Vodafone. I am really hoping you can figure it out, but don't put pressure on yourself. And if there's anyone in your life that's putting pressure on you to figure it out, not worth it. Not worth it. Set your boundaries, and the people that are meant to be there will respect your boundaries and stick around. I went several years without talking to my dad because I thought I had it figured out and I needed to make the mistakes myself. And we had a difference of opinion on what that looked like. And so I didn't talk to him. And now that I'm talking to him again, our relationship is better than ever because now we have an understanding. Hey, thanks, human. You have a great day too. But sometimes you just need a break from certain people while you're figuring it out. And my mom was the same way. I spoke with her very minimalistically for several years. And now we have a great relationship when we see each other. My problem is that I forget people exist for long periods of time, which is both helpful to my mental health, but a hindrance to my relationship statuses. If you're not with me at least once a day for an hour a day, I struggle to remember to get a hold of you and check in and make sure everything's okay, which after I start my sourdough starter, I should just send out texts to all the people I care about and make sure everyone's doing all right. The situation at work, I haven't touched on that in a little while. All I'm going to say is that things are cooling down, and so I'm going to go back to trying to work my 50-hour weeks again. I'll be trying to stay late. I may go in early tomorrow, so if there's no stream tomorrow, y'all know that I went in for a 7 a.m. shift. I'm trying to get more on top of all that. I finished all of my computer work for my key carrier training, so I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping that I can remember enough of the common sense things to pass any testing that they may want to do, because they didn't test me last time. I literally had notes on my phone for all of the key codes for the doors, and I had a ring of keys. And that was the extent of my training. I closed for 2 weeks with another manager, and beyond that, I didn't get much training. But a lot of it, for me, it feels like a lot of it boils down to common sense. Don't chase a thief out the door. If there's an active shooter situation, it's a very simple, you figure it out, you want to try and get out of the building if you can safely. If not, you want to hide out, and it's like simple things where in the moment it'll come to you. So it's like, and then you want to have a good store presentation. A clean store means that employees are paying attention to their space. And I've gotten a lot of compliments from customers about how well our team cares for our store. There's just certain things where I know I'm weak. And that's what's making me nervous, because how do you prepare for that when you don't see it on the regular? But is what it is, and I've been with the company for almost 5 years, and yeah, no, that's literally it, Professor. It's like, if you can help other people, please do. But at the end of the day, you are only responsible for you, just like they are only responsible for them. So I'm going to time out Jeets because we're spamming the chat with weird emojis. We're not doing that. We're having active discussions here. If you have nothing to contribute, that's fine. This isn't the stream for you. It's just very distracting when I'm trying to read commentary about the topic we're discussing. And there's a bunch of weird messages with spammed emojis and stickers and stuff. I am trying, speaking of stickers, we are so close to that 500 sub goal, guys. I need to send some concept ideas over to my artist. I'll do that today. and get in touch with her and see what her rates are looking like so I can start planning that. And hopefully by the end of the year, we'll hit that 500 sub mark. I'm so excited. And I have some really good ideas I'm thinking of for stickers. So we'll see what happens on that front. And let me know if there's any other merch that you guys would like to see. You know, t-shirts or keychains or whatnot. I have a few different creators that I can partner with that are local or related to me or whatever that I could really work with. The t-shirt thing, the stickers, I'm hoping to get an way. I need to look at what my options are. Like, how would I print them? How would I make them, etc.? Or could my friend make them, and what would she charge per sticker to do that? And that way I can set my price to sell to you guys, because I don't want to make a ton of money off of this. I mainly just want to, this first year I'm committing to at least 50%, if not more, going to charity of some kind. I will figure that out as I go, where that charity is going to be. I will always have receipts if I do charity, so I can show you guys where your purchases are supporting. I will be, what's the other thing? I don't want to focus on the money-making aspect of it. I would love to just be able to say, hey, look, we made it. We got stickers. We've got t-shirts. We've got hats. We've got, you know, what is some stuff you guys would like to see? Hello, Suresh. We're coming near the end of the stream within the next half hour. The trolls always wait till the end of the stream to show up. I love that. God bless you guys. Without you, I'd forget where I was time-wise. It's like you're my timer dinging, letting me know that it's about time to start thinking about our closing thoughts. Oh, I always hate the bottom of the cup. But nope, I just care about the state of my curls, and so I wrap them while I sleep, and I'm in recovery mode, so I haven't unwrapped them yet. Hey, so we're not going to bully around here. That's not what we're about. Nah, just a person being a person. Oh, I have books. I gotta get back. Okay. I'll have to call them today. Nope. Absolutely not. I would be so lucky to someday be a grandma to someone. Grandma Core is so cute because they just get to focus on loving people. And I live for the day that I can be retired and focused on loving my people. Right now I got to do the loving people part-time. Or focusing on loving people part-time. Because that doesn't pay the bills, unfortunately. But no, I'm just really excited for some things that are coming up. I got to call my doctor's office today. I want to see if they were able to get any information about my meds. Looking forward to that. I got to do some menu planning because I told Mr. Barry I would. And so we can stretch our budget a little bit. Do some baking. I got to do laundry from our week away. And thank you. That is another one I'm not qualified to answer, Vodafone. I feel like you're in the wrong place for a lot of these questions, and I'd really appreciate if you stopped trying to get answers like that. Those are very personal questions that you need to look inside for. I am not qualified to answer them. The education one I feel good talking about because I want people to know that there's no right or wrong way to do it. But that one is I have some very personal thoughts on that one that I'm not going to share in a stream. So. That AJ guy you beat me to, Professor. I literally just put them on. Yeah. I put them on timeout for the freaking... I'm trying to be more about timeouts. I don't want to just ban people. I want you to have that second chance. But if you're going to continue being a troll, then yes, you will be hidden on the channel. Marco, I am very happily married. I had timed him for 1 minute because it didn't seem like such a big deal. And then he came back with that crap. So... I'm tired, guys. I'm trying. Thank you, Jessica. Marco, you will get timed out. I am very happily married, and I'm not... Okay, that's it. You are on timeout. You have been asked not to come here for professional questions like that. I am not qualified to answer. And you... We're just not even going to play that game. This is how I know we're near the end of a stream, because I'm starting to get frustrated with people. Oh, absolutely freaking not. You're gone. Do not come back. That is the most disrespectful thing I've read on this channel. I can take the comments about the body. I can take the comments about weight loss or get a job. Those, fine. Do not ever insinuate that I should leave my husband. It has been 8 years. It is something that is a God-led marriage. I will not even tolerate joking about that. Good morning, Michael. Jessica, I will be all right. I don't take comments about divorce lightly. This man has been nothing but good to me. He has been nothing but supportive. He has been a teacher. He has been a protector. He has been a pillar in my life even before we were married. And it pains me to think about people even remotely suggesting that I leave him. Harold, I am painfully self-aware of how fat I am, and I actually am working with my doctor to do better about that. I went through a period of self-harm that was manifested as binge eating disorder. I've lost 50 pounds since that time period, and so it hurts, but it's not unfounded. I continue to work on myself daily. No, Harold, I do not want to hear some. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Jessica, I usually don't. I'm just very tired right now, which means that I knew I shouldn't come on live, but I really wanted to talk about the con and our experience this weekend because I didn't get as much time to film as I wanted to. I was focused on absorbing the experiences. So it was very much, and then I was really mad about the position. Like if we had been 2 or 3 rows back from the stage for the costume contest, I absolutely would have live streamed the costume contest. I would have loved to do that. But where we were at, my camera is not good enough to get decent shots of the costumes that were coming up, and I couldn't do justice to it. So I tried, I failed. We'll try again next year. And they didn't have as many of like the first year we went, there were like 7 of all the same character were done in different ways,
which is great to see everyone's rendition of it. But like this year, there was so much variety in the characters, and there were a few OCs that I was very excited to see. John, I am not single. I am very happily married. Recently so, we're only a month in. I'm very excited about that. So, hey, Real, good to see you. I hope you're doing all right. But yeah, so that was the reason I came on, even though I knew that I really needed more sleep and I really wasn't feeling good. So we're gonna wrap up real quick here, probably within the next 15 minutes or so. But I appreciate everyone that's been in here and trying to be supportive. It's not easy, and it really does help when you've got people that are like rooting for your success, because I am fighting tooth and nail to get healthy again. And I'm really looking forward to getting back in the gym. I'm really mad that my appointment with my friend fell through. But it is what it is. And I'm either going to do it or I'm not, and I need to decide. I've got equipment at the house and I've got workout routines here at the house. And the problem is when I'm in the home, I'm in rest mode. And I need to trick my brain into getting back into fitness mode. And I guess I could walk down to our gym here. Oh, no, it's closed. They're doing deep cleaning and renovations right now, so I can't even do that. But I could at least take a walk. I think that'd be good for me with the way I'm feeling. We'll see. It's cold. It snowed. No, see, the thing about that, getting angry to get motivated, is it burns out so fast. And my anger towards my appearance has led to self-harm. So, Michael, that's unnecessary. I appreciate it, but it is unnecessary. My mods are here for a reason. I'm not driving, so I'm keeping track of what I feel disrespected by. And we're okay. I'm okay. Really, I'm very tired, and I know I'm struggling. It's not necessary, though, Real. There are other ways to be healthy and be active without a gym. So what I think you mean is that activity is necessary, and you can do that sitting down in a chair. Like if you are immobile and you can't get out and take a walk, or you can't get in the pool, or you can't go to the gym, there are all kinds of videos on YouTube that support a sitting down workout. Like there is no excuse not to be active. So, I'm not denying that. And that's where I'm at. Like people say, oh, go to the gym, lose weight, lose weight. I'm like, I would love to lose weight. I would love to be, what's the word? Oh my goodness. I would love to fall into the beauty standards. I would. I'd be lying if I didn't say, I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to be skinny. I would be lying if I said that I didn't want to be in a size 2 or less. But I am not going to sit here and say that, because frankly, that would be amazing, but it's not possible for me. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to sit here and hold myself to that standard as much as I want it until I get to a more reasonable place. Like I'd be happy to be under 250 pounds. I would be happy. And that's coming from a place of, at my highest, I was 350 pounds. And to have lost that 100 pounds would feel so good. So, but the thing is that like I'm working with my doctor and I'm following her advice and I'm doing the things that she says she feels will help me. And I've already lost like 30 pounds doing that. And I feel better. I sleep better and I'm living a better life and I'm living a more active life. And I'm on my feet for 7 to 10 hours a day, depending on the shift I have at work. And that that really helps. I feel like that's making a lot of difference. So it's like, it's not that I'm not doing what I need to, it's that it's a process. And when people jump into my live streams, they're seeing a blip in that process. They're not seeing the before, they're not seeing the after, they're just seeing that moment in time. And that's why the trolls don't bother me. That's why the comments about my size don't bother me as much, because it's like, well, you don't know where I came from. You know me when I look like this, not when I look like this. Okay? Because this was right now I'm scrunching to make it happen. This was my resting face 4 years ago. Okay? I've come a long way from that. So, John, I really feel like you're just spewing rhetoric. Like, I feel like as much as you're trying to be encouraging, you're coming also from a place of ignorance. So I'd appreciate if you just stop. Because it's not helping the way you think it's helping. I have my own things that are happening behind the scenes that I don't talk about much, because everyone's journey is different, and what's working for me is not going to work for everyone else. And so why should I try and please everyone? I feel good. I was on my feet for 12, 13 hours yesterday, walking that con floor, going to panels, going to the contests, going to the concerts, we were walking everywhere. And then being in the city that big, it just makes sense to pay for parking in one lot and walk everywhere. And I did great. I'm exhausted, but I did great. And that's what, for me, that is how I measure the health. So, it is what it is. And I will continue to make my life better in my way and the way that I know God has set for me. And that's what I care about. So thank you, Professor. Hello, Barry. Thank you for joining us. But we are going to be getting off soon. I'm very tired and I need to spend today resting and reconnecting with God, because I did not bring my Bible down for my study this weekend. And for everyone that's so concerned about my health, just know there are things that are happening that, I do keep more of my life private than you guys realize. I'm not going to sit here and read off all my medical records. That's burned so many YouTubers in the past, and I don't want to be one of those people. So I do not subscribe to yoga as a practice. Stretching is one thing, and there are some poses between stretching and yoga that can interlap, but yoga is a spiritual practice, stretching is not. And so we talk a lot about intent and what your intent behind your movement is. And if it's just to stretch your muscles and be more flexible, then that's fine. If you're doing it to connect with your inner self or find spiritual healing or whatever, then you're risking putting something above God, and that's not what we're about. Like, I had a whole conversation with one of my mentors about what makes something an idol or makes something a sin or whatnot, and what doesn't. And so a lot of it boils down to intent. And that's not all. I mean, sitting here and cussing up a storm, whether I intend to be disrespectful or not, it's still a sin because it's foul language. And, that's not going to, we hit him at the same time. Way to go, Professor. I was trying to ignore it because I know some of these people are just coming in to speed run how quickly they can get banned from a stream. Like we said the other day, it's just a game for some of these people, and that's fine. I'm sorry that their lives are that sad, and I'm praying for them that they can heal that hurt, but, at the end of the day, and since we're close to the end of the stream, I need to come back to this point. All in God's plan. I became obese when I stopped following God's plan because I replaced love for God with, I wasn't going to. I was trying not to give him any energy at all. But when I replaced God's love or tried to run from God's love is when the binging got really bad. I was trying to fill a gap in my life. And I'm past that. And now I feel like I can eat a normal portion size and be satisfied. And if it tastes good, a couple extra bites is not going to kill me. But I'm not going to eat to the point where I feel like I'm going to throw up because there's just so much food in my belly. Like, I don't do that anymore. So that came with a lot of therapy. And that's come with a lot of prayer. And now it's just what I'm struggling with is what to do when I'm bored. And instead of snacking, I need to return to praying. Okay, I finished a task. Let's sit down for a moment with a verse. Or let's sit down for a moment with a word of prayer. You know, gratitude that God gave me the focus and the energy to complete the task. And there's a lot going on genetically that I'm trying to figure out alongside. Like, all of my thyroid testing came up normal. A lot of my blood work actually was like on that bordering, like it was within the healthy range, but it was bordering unhealthy. And so I've made a lot of adjustments to try and fit that. The problem is that like what my doctor was recommending, things like Weight Watchers and calorie counting and stuff, like it works. I'm not denying that it works. It absolutely works. My brain does not function in a way that I am able to remember all the time to record food and track all of that. When I do lose weight. I lose weight quite successfully when I track. But I have a very busy life, and so it's very hard to track in a way that's efficient. So I need to figure out where I was mentally when I was doing really well with the low carb 4 years ago. And once I do that, I'll be fine. It'll be great. So on that note, folks, we're going to wrap up. I need to take a moment and pray and just be still. Because now I'm hurting. I'm feeling mentally drained. And today needs to be about my rest. So thank you so much, Hermes. I appreciate that. God bless you all. Remember, I love you and God loves you, and I hope you have a beautiful day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.